Hi guys, my name is Janice. Um, if you were in Seattle today, you probably saw me. I think I'm like one of the very few with like blue and green hair. But anyways, I just got home and I was thinking, excuse me, of making a video because there is something that really needs to be out there that I'm not sure if anyone has talked about it on YouTube, and it's Occupy Seattle. And I'm going to tell you first and foremost, it is one of the greatest movements I've seen in a long time. These people are dedicated, these people have a lot to say, these people come from all over to have their voices be heard. And I'm sure most of you, probably all of you, have heard of the large arrest that was in New York, the 700, I think, or so protesters. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. That got arrested for protesting Wall Street and all of that crazy, crazy stuff. But Occupy Seattle is actually a movement much like the Wall Street protest to just, it's kind of to help out and kind of bring insight to what happened in Wall Street, but also to have your voices be heard about the whole situation, about the whole, 9 yards, about how we're the 99% and, the big companies, the rich, are the 1%. And earlier today, actually, early today, um, we had the Occupy Seattle walk, and Seattle Central Community College, Cornish College, I believe Shoreline, there was many different schools, some private schools around the area that walked to Westlake, and they did, numerous speeches, and it was just a huge gathering. But I go to Seattle Central Community College, and we did a walk through our campus to get people to join our walk to Westlake. And there was a good maybe 100 people, that maybe even more, I wasn't counting, that walked with us to Westlake, constantly chanting, we are the 99%, we are the people that will make the greater change. And just walking, feeling the atmosphere of these people that surround you, that have the same opinions, the same great aspirations, is just, it's overwhelming. It's a feeling that you don't understand until you do it yourself. Um, but anyways, at the Westlake Center, which I definitely do recommend you go visit, especially if you're in the area, because it's a peaceful rally. It's not a violent rally. It's a peaceful rally. There's speeches, there's people holding up signs, about the 99%, about how we are the majority, and it's it's inspirational. For me, it is, because personally, I am a college student, as I mentioned a little bit a couple seconds ago, and by next fall, I will be $20,000 or more in debt because of student loans. And as a loan works, your money will keep on increasing. So I'll be paying it off for a very long time because tuition is going up, because not in just my community college, in every community college, every college, tuition is going up, and it's an intense factor that nobody wants to hear. No college student wants to hear that tuition is going up. It's downright ridiculous. And I actually heard a very inspirational speech before we went to Westlake from one of the guys that was um, running the walk, and he had a speech for a good 5-10 minutes about how he didn't want the same thing that's going on right now for us to be there for his kids. He cares about the next generation of like people that come right after us, that he doesn't want his kids or his kids' kids to have to worry about this crazy mumble jumbled society, that he wants money to be there for them, that They don't have to worry about college, about their tuition being 25, 30% up. It's and it's a reality check. You can't sit there and say that tuition's not going to go up. Tuition's going to stay the same. It doesn't. It's been going up every year and it's going to keep skyrocketing unless we do something about it. Even with jobs, they're at the rally alone, how many people could I say that were unemployed that have been looking for jobs for so long and they couldn't find one? Um, I was actually recently walking in Seattle to my bus stop and I came across a guy who is homeless, but he didn't live in the United States for very long. He actually moved from South Africa to America to find something of himself, to become somebody. And do you know what America threw right back into his face? They made him homeless. They didn't give him a job. He was forced to live on the street and ask people for money. And as people walk by and look at him like he's some moron, like he can't, go out and get a job. Like, this man is one of the most intelligent people I have ever met. And he's homeless and he's been trying to find a job for quite some time. And it's downright ridiculous, it's downright disgusting. If you live in the big city like, I do, you you probably see it in the parks, along the buildings, like against like church walls. You see people sleeping on the concrete and they feel like it's all over. They feel all like they can do is beg for money. And I'm not saying that, oh, you're saying that they don't have to go look for jobs. No. A lot of these people have been looking for jobs and nobody has been hiring them. And this guy I met from South Africa, I'm sorry, I'm not going to mention his name. I'm trying to leave out names, especially for some of the things I'm going to say. But he applied for a lot of jobs and he was obviously much more intelligent than a lot of the people that got hired. And the companies hired them instead of him in a lot of ways because of how he was dressed. Because he didn't have the money coming here to dress in a business suit, to dress in something, well off. And it's ridiculous because this man has so much to offer and no one is giving him a chance to do that. Instead, he's forced to ask for food and ask for money on the streets every day at the same corner in Seattle. And people just stare off, act like he doesn't exist. And it's downright ridiculous. That's why this Seattle movement, this Occupy Seattle movement, has been such an inspiration to me. Uh, People from Cordish, people from Seattle Central they went up on a podium during the massive group assembly and they expressed their emotion, they expressed their opinions on what we can do to make a change, what we can do to be the greater 99%, because that's what we are, the greater 99% of the community. We are the majority, that 1%, the rich, the CEOs, the presidents. They are the 1% of the population, but they are the 1%, crazy phone, that has overwhelmed us, that have taken away a lot of job opportunities, that have risen tuition cost, risen housing costs, and you can just see from the amount of people out there what they believe in. Their opinions are so great, they're so overwhelmingly intense that you can just feel what they've been through. You can feel why they believe these opinions. And even if you only walk by there and see their signs, if you just ask them a question, if you ask them why they're there, they're going to tell you. They're going to give you a reason. You know, um, just recently, I think a couple hours ago, actually, the Westlake group, or the Westlake group, excuse me, the Occupy Seattle Rally Movement group, marched down to City Hall to try to talk to the mayor. And they sat in City Hall and they did speeches again to one another, kept up the reason why they're there, why they want to talk to the mayor, why they want to make a change, because they want to do something right for not the 1% that has everything, but they wanted to do it for the 99% that are trying, that are working for what they want and are still being forced to not have it. And I'm not sure if you live in Washington, the local news told you about things that went on, about two people that got arrested. It was all peaceful. They went peacefully. It's all good. Don't have to worry about anything. But you can just tell from what has happened recently. These people are so dedicated. And I wish I could have been there for the City Hall walk, but I live pretty far out here, so I have to catch the bus. But it's kind of trailing off a little bit. But anyways, it's a crazy experience, and if you're in Seattle in the next couple days, walk by the Westlake Center, look at these people, talk to these people, because they all have something to say. They all have a reason to be there, and if you let their voices be heard, they might impact you just a little bit. It might make you see that, wow, what they're saying might be right. I'm gonna try to be there every day if I can, just to be down there. Um, and just hear people have to say, maybe gross out, excuse me, wrong word, but express my opinion and just be around these group of people that really know what they're talking about. I guess I guess there's really not much to say about it because it's so hard to explain in words. You have to be there and feel the emotions from these people, and it's so hard to describe in just any kind of language. Um, I do recommend you to go though, and to like their Facebook page. Um, just if you can support this group. I mean, even if you have a different opinion, I understand. Everyone has different opinions, but you can't just sit there and say, like, you just can't sit there and ignore the fact that they're there, because these people here in Washington and New York, they're making a change, and the start has already begun. They're changing people's opinions. They're becoming a bigger and bigger group. Other countries look at us and see what we've been doing and are so, I don't even know if the word is excited. They're surprised that we've been able to make so much of a change so fast. And other states, other large cities have been starting their own movements. And it's only going to get bigger. And the more we make a change, the higher chance we have of making that 1% part of our 99, making it 100% of people that see that we need change and that we need to make a good change, a change that makes all of us more well off, not just for the 1%, not let's keep the rich, like all the money. No, it's making a change for the better of everyone and for the people in our next generation. Um, it's just something to start. Even if you can just start thinking about it, it's crazy. There's been so much going on in like economics, and it's just the time for change is now. And these groups of people that have been coming together, they realize that they have become a group of people that understand that you can't sit around and pretend like this doesn't exist anymore. If you want to make the world better, you have to do something about it. And that is why I'm there. That is why these people are such a great inspiration to me, and that's why I'll continue to help out and be there. So I guess that's really all I have to say. Please comment, give questions, all of that. I'll be free to talk and answer them, and free to tell you exactly where the movement is. They have websites, you can check those out, Google them. But anyways, remember, Occupy Seattle.